Kblp Llc. Check us out on iHeart, Speaker, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, with the best podcasters in the business: Denise Harris, Chris Stevens, Michelle Auger, Ike Diaz, Desiree Pickett, Anissa Nicole, Cecilia Flores, Lolita Diaz. Sponsored by TBs303.com. We are also looking for new podcasters. Inbox any of our podcasters or me, Ike Diaz, directly on Facebook, and someone will get back with you ASAP. Kblp Llc. Check us out on iHeart, Speaker, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, with the best podcasters in the business: Denise Harris, Chris Stevens, Michelle Auger, Ike Diaz, Desiree Pickett, Anissa Nicole, Cecilia Flores, Lolita Diaz. Sponsored by TBs303.com. We are also looking for new podcasters. Inbox any of our podcasters or me, Ike Diaz, directly on Facebook, and someone will get back with you ASAP.
We from the city of the smoke, but we don't come. We steady rolling slow and something classic just to show off. Ooh, when it's cold like Olaf. All you other rappers act hard, but we know you so soft. When you try to get some sleep and you doze off, we hit the streets and we go mob. You can see the flames coming from the exhaust, bringing something different to the game. We under the city lights and we're switching in the lanes. You're still on your kitty bike, man, you're such a lame. You remain the same while we go against the grain. That's where we increase the speed limit. Mobbing in that horsepower, someone like seed. That's it, man, you're such a gimmick. And me, you try to mimic. While talented, I'm so ambitious. Why when I put the key in the ignition? Rolling over the competition with my driven vision. Got full control of my path, I'm with the gripping. This is an addiction. Why you can't pass emissions? Cause you say in the same position by blowing the transmission with the missing in your shifting. The way I make the competition disappear, I should be a magician. Going against I-Dog and man was chopper was a bad decision.
You're listening to The Jam with Ike Dog.
Kblp Llc. Check us out on iHeart, Speaker, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, with the best podcasters in the business: Denise Harris, Chris Stevens, Michelle Auger, Ike Diaz, Desiree Pickett, Anissa Nicole, Cecilia Flores, Lolita Diaz. Sponsored by TBs303.com. We are also looking for new podcasters. Inbox any of our podcasters or me, Ike Diaz, directly on Facebook, and someone will get back with you ASAP. You're live with Ike Diaz on Kblp Llc. You're used to listening to The Jam tonight, but we got a special guest who is going to be a podcaster with Kblp Llc. So we're going to be talking with him tonight instead of doing The Jam. I might come on tomorrow and do an old school Sunday jam like I did last week. But everyone say hi to Vladbrad, the world of Vladbrad. What's going on, man?
What's up, everybody? This is Mad Vladbrad from the world of Vladbrad. And, yo, Ike, thanks for having me. And you better believe, the podcast is coming up. Definitely a future podcast. I'm looking forward to it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. So he's going to be taking over Saturdays for me for a month or two. I'm going to be taking the jam's going to be off for about a month or two while I get some other things together. And he's going to be doing Saturday nights, so make sure you check him out. He'll be going on about 11 o'clock West Coast time, and go to about 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. I know I go till 5 in the morning, but I'm not asking him to go to 5. That's a long time. You be falling asleep at the wheel, man. So give us some more information about you and what you do. Let everybody know, because like I said, we're gonna have a lot of listeners listen to this podcast, and I want all the listeners to know a little bit about you.
Okay, you got it, no doubt. Of course, I'm Zach Morrison. Got my YouTube channel, The World of Vladbrad. What else? My Facebook, Zach Morrison. Scope me out there too. I'll drop a follow. It's all appreciated and everything else. What else can I say, man? Young, amped up, ambitious. Love the show. Chilling with Ike. And let me see what else I can say about me. What else can I say about me? So I've been having, my channel for like almost a year now. You know what I mean? And then, I upload a bunch of, episodes about common sense, people in situations, real life situations that people can identify with, you know what I mean? That I'll talk about, like, for example, I was talking about, when you have house guests and it's, you can't get I want to say to people getting to leave. What else I'll talk about? I'll talk about, what else? I did a video I haven't uploaded yet about, people walking their dogs, and then you gotta walk past the dog, maybe off the leash, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So much. And then I also do music video reactions. Those will be coming up real soon. So much with that channel. But then also, I'm also gonna my podcast is gonna be insane. That's gonna be cool. I'm gonna be talking about so much subject matter. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna do my features. Like I'm gonna do the sports features, and I'll get featured with more podcasters. That's on the show with us. I just did one with Ike. Was it last week? That one was sick. It was insane. I hope you guys caught that one. It was phenomenal. If you missed it, you got to go scope that out. And so much we're going to talk about. So much we're going to do. You know, I appreciate Ike. I feel like I was beamed up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, here's the thing, right? I feel like we're on a Starship Enterprise. The Starship Enterprise, and Ike is the captain. You know what I mean? And we're just, and he's leading us. He's leading us to victory. He's leading us to success. And I greatly appreciate that. I'm glad I'm added to the team. And again, it's like Captain Kirk start big block 101.
I know, it's funny that you say that because we call my son Capitan, El Capitan.
Oh, nice.
So it's funny that you say that. Now, my daughter's new baby, we call him Sergeant Liam.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool that you say that. I appreciate
That's awesome. That is awesome. You got it, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That is
awesome.
Pretty
cool, man. So yeah, what else you got going on? You got kids? You got family? What's going on there?
Yeah. You know what? Of course. I'm glad you. I was just going to mention that. I'm glad you reminded me. I have a son. He's 4. His name's Caleb. He's my world. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean when it comes to our kids, man.
Yeah. And the thing is, I took him out. I took him to Chuck E. Cheese today. And it's ironic how us as adults, we, like they see things in a different perspective that we see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, as soon as we go on to Chuck E. Cheese, he's, oh, you're Chuck E. Cheese, let's go play. You know what I mean? That's what you hear. I'm thinking, oh crap. I'm like, here's this again. You know what I mean? But I have to act enthusiastic because he's like, oh, Dad, Chuck E. Cheese is right there. He's in front of me. Like, he's all happy about that. I'm like, oh, how cool is that? You know what I mean? Yeah. I have to play it off with him. But it's in the games, and I'm like, this game is such a rip-off. Like, I'm thinking this, but you can't tell your kid this. You know what I mean? You got to just let him live in the moment.
Yeah, I miss them days so much, man.
Yeah, me too.
Once they get old, you're gonna miss it. You're gonna be like, man, I'll pay $100 to play that game again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
I feel you, man.
Because my kids are all big now, dog, and it's hard now that my kids are all grown up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt, man. Yeah, I feel you.
So you get. Oh shoot, that's loud. So you get to live on the West Coast. You get to live by the ocean. I told you last time I'm a little jealous. I'd be filming that ocean every day, man. Like that would be like my dream, because I'm into filming lakes and the moon and sun. Just something that keeps me going. It makes me happy. And I see you filming your beach. What beach are you filming anyway? I don't even know.
Oh, you know what? That's Dockweiler Beach. You know what? It's ironic. I was at Venice Beach not too long ago. Santa Monica's not too far from Venice. But when I want to chill and relax, I go to Dockweiler. It's like a really cool beach in terms of if you just want to if you want tranquility, if you want solace, that's the beach to go to. And then the really cool thing they have at night. See, I'm putting you guys up on game. This is what you could. The game I'm putting you guys up on right now, and this is what you call this is classified game. Okay, like at night at that beach, they have beach parties. Whatever's your favorites there. You know what I mean? Like if you me, there's no shame in my game. There's no discrimination in my game. I love all chicks of all sizes, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever it is your flavor, they're there. You know what I mean? They're there. And everybody's so welcoming, and you walk up and like, come chill with us. It's all good. It's all love. They show at night. It's like pretty much a free club. Like with clubs you got to pay to get in, and it's a cover charge, and you got to worry about some huge bouncer with you know what I mean? Like some bouncer named Dorf Morfenhagen, like. Yeah, I'm Dorf Morfenhagen. Just got the muscle, the huge muscle. You got to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to worry about that at the beach party versus going to a club. You don't have to worry about Dorf Morfenhagen in your face trying to you have to pay the double charge to get in there. You Like, you don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? So you're good. So yeah, man, it's really cool. It's a pretty, you know, pretty sick environment. But you know, so yeah, that's when it comes to the beach, man. I mean, that's pretty much, you know, with that. But not only that, you know, one of my other videos I'm upload a video of me on a Walk of Fame, on a Hollywood Walk of Fame. I've been wanting to do that for a while. I would say every so often, I would, you know, business would take me over there, and you know what I mean, and I would, you know, see the different stars in the Walk of Fame. But I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna film it sometime soon.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be a nice thing to film is the walk. I've walked that before when I used to live in California. We went there a few times, and that was the last time I really checked into the Walk of Fame was when Ice Cube got his. Remember when he got his star on the Walk of Fame?
I remember that. Yeah,
I was really happy for him when he got that because I felt like he kind of deserved it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he deserved it. He did.
Yeah. Ice Cube put a lot of work in, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like I'm not, you know, Too Short's my favorite rapper of all time. You know, E40's in my top 5. B Legit's like number 2. I don't know if you even know those two guys, but Sir Dino, he's from the Bay Area. And there's a few other, but the reason I say Ice Cube's not even in my top 10 as far as rappers. But if you watch him, if you've ever been to his concert, he has the best live show. I seen him, Too Short, and E40 at the same show, and Ice Cube just blew everything away, dude, like completely. So, and you know he's like 50 years old, and I just seen him a few years ago, dude, and he's still blowing everybody away. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Yeah, without a doubt.
So you know he put his time and effort into all that, dude. So that, you know, I'm proud of him for that, dude. And plus he's 10 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I like to see the older guys put in the work like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be cool if he come up with another Friday, bro. When I was hearing Chris Tucker's supposed to be in the you know, I think it's called Last Friday, I believe.
Yeah,
it's been rumor circulating. It's been circulating.
No, it's coming together, man. From everything really? I've read, everything I've been going through, it's coming together, man. They're waiting on a few things, but as far as I know, it's going to come out, man. I don't know how it's going to be a while, but it's actually in the process, man.
Okay.
And I think they even started filming already, from what I understand.
That'd be cool, man. I'm gonna scope that out. If they, you know what I mean, I'm definitely gonna scope it out.
Yeah, imagine if they brought like most of that original cast back from the first Friday.
Okay.
Man, that's gonna be like, that's gonna be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that will be cool, man.
That's gonna be a really good movie to see. I don't know why I keep checking the voice levels, and we're all real loud on the voice level for some reason.
Oh, okay.
People could turn it down on their end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's because I remember, like I said, I had to do all them updates so I could do live chatting on YouTube. Wow.
Okay.
I'm still trying to adjust a few things, and I was hoping it didn't mess up the this app. You know what I mean? But from what I understand, it's making the voice levels higher than they normally are. But it's like I said, when people listen on their end, they can adjust it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they can adjust. So, yeah, they can.
Yeah, man. So, is there anything else? I do want to bring up real quick that Vladbrad, Zach's going to be on football on Monday. He's going to fill in for a couple weeks with Denise Harris. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear him. And I might pop in on Monday because I know the Broncos are going to beat the Rams this weekend. It's already snowing out here, and the Rams are out here. You know the Rams are a West Coast team. That quarterback they got's never even seen snow before. He don't even know, and then he's never even ran into a player like Von Miller. So they better watch out.
Yeah, bro. and that snow is no joke, man. I don't know how the Rams are gonna how they're gonna contend with the snow. First of all, the Rams have to contend with the Broncos, and you got to contend with the snow. So you're fighting two opponents. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's going to be interesting to see that because the Rams are pretty much, yes, I mean, without a doubt, it's a fact that it's a West Coast football team. You know what I mean? So it's a California football team is what it is. So they're accustomed to sunshine year round. But it rained yesterday. Yesterday it rained, and it was like lightning and storm and everything else. And then today, it was like hot again. I thought that was pretty awkward. That was pretty bizarre.
That sounds like Colorado weather. It's like, it'll be like 90 degrees out here. The next day it'll be snowing. Like I said, my daughter just walked in the house, and she was all full of snow right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's our first snow of the season, so it's not going to be that bad. The Rams will still do good. The Broncos, let me tell you about the Broncos, man. Last week they lost to a scrub team, and for some reason the Broncos always play down the scrub teams, and they can't play in the morning time, dude. They just can't. It's a known fact that the Broncos can't fly to the East Coast, and they can't play in the morning. They always lose. Their record is like 2-30 or something in the last 5 years. So, and then they come back, and every time they done that, they came back and they beat like the top ranked team. So I think history is going to repeat itself tomorrow, and I see the Broncos going ahead and beating the Rams tomorrow. And the Rams are the number one team. The Rams are the number one team in the league right now. So I think a lot of things are gonna change. Is that a joke thing that's going around about that Kansas City quarterback? I was gonna talk to my son, but he already laid down. Is that real, or do you know anything about that?
Question. If you don't mind, I want to say this really quick since we're talking about the Rams. They're building a stadium. It's not complete yet, but I remember seeing that stadium when it was all gravel and just dirt, and it was nothing. And they just the stadium is going to be it's huge.
Yeah.
And I've seen them. I drive past it regularly. They're building that stadium. I'm curious what the finished product's going to be like. So I just want to, add that.
Yeah, they're putting some nice stadiums out now, man. All these stadiums that are coming out, they're state of the art, man.
Yeah, they are, man. I mean, wow. But yeah, I don't know if that's a joke or not. I don't know. About the other subject matters.
I was gonna Google it earlier, and then I spaced it out because I was so worried about getting on tonight. Let me see. Pat Mahomes from Kansas City.
Okay. I have something else on my mind too. Come and think. I mean, this is something that's glued to my mind. If you don't mind me saying this, do you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here, dude. I think it's just a joke, dude, because it would have popped up right away.
Yeah, it would have popped up. It would have. At least, common sense speaking, it would have popped up. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. What was on your mind?
Oh. Okay. I know this is all. It was done. I know that. I know that. And this is about Conor McGregor and Khabib. I just want to reiterate on that. I know we talked about it a little bit, before, but we had limited time to talk about it. So I just want to bring up. I just want to know if people think that. How do people feel if they feel as though if McGregor deserves a rematch with Khabib, or if McGregor should fight Nate Diaz, or if Khabib should fight Tony Ferguson? You know what I mean? I'm just kind of, I just want to know what people think about that. What are their opinions? How do they feel? Because McGregor's like UFC's golden boy. You know what I mean? He's like their golden child and everything. So I wonder if how do they feel? Do they think he should get his rematch right away, or do they think he should earn another title shot at that?
We actually got one person in the chat saying Nate Diaz, man.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay. You think Nate Diaz deserves?
Get over in the chat, man. So say hi to people, dude. Remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, but you know what? Okay. Let me check you send me a link if you see me. I gotta see if I can get in there. Because last time I wasn't able to access the chat, before. So I'm kind of still, learning. I'm learning, but as soon as I get this down pat, you guys. I appreciate you guys, being patient with me and everything else. As soon as I learn the chat completely, I'm gonna be, I'm one of you guys. You know what I mean? I'm really one of you guys. So I'm gonna be in the chat.
You're on the team now. Your team Kblp Llc, man.
You got it. You got it. Yes, I am to the fullest. But I'm definitely learning. I got to learn the chat and how to get in there and everything else. And Denise, she's gonna work with me and everything else, and I appreciate that. So that way I know how to access the chat while I'm going live like I'm doing now, and so that'll make things that'll simplify things for me.
Yeah, once you bring up the new mixer, man, it's gonna be really easy because like I'm looking at the mixer now, I can't see the chat at all. But unless I switch over to unless I open up another window. And when you're on the new mixer, the chat is right in the corner, so you could reply, you could talk to everybody in the chat. It's pretty cool, and we're trying to get more people. The goal is, we want to get more people in the chat. So every time you're on, you want to invite as many people to your chat as possible. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I want to answer her question really quick. I want to reiterate on her response when she said Nate Diaz. I gotta say something about that before I forget. What I want to say is, before I say that, you know what? Should I? You send me some links, so if you think I'll be able to access the chat if I click the links? All you gotta do is click the link, and you'll be right in, dude. Okay. I'm gonna click the link and hop in. But I want to say something to her. Her response really quick about Nate Diaz. Here's the thing, right? Straight up, I feel as though Nate deserves his rematch. You know what I mean? If I'm curious what other people. I was thinking the same thing that she was thinking, because for one thing, with when it comes to Nate, and it sucks, man. It is like that, because here it is, right? Okay, the first match, when Nate Diaz, when he first fought Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz beat him. You know what I mean? Nate Diaz, he defeated Conor McGregor, you know what I mean, in their first meeting. Yeah. So, here's what happened. Here's what happened with that. As soon, they set up a rematch almost immediately. You know what I mean? And it was too quick. It was too soon. It was too soon. But the thing is, in the rematch, McGregor beat Diaz in a rematch. You know what I mean? So why can't you give Nate Diaz the same seniority that you gave Conor McGregor? And this is what I mean by that, right? Okay, let's say, here's the thing. Nate Diaz had to win that fight. He had to win. He was like he was fighting tooth and nail in that first fight. And, you know what I mean? And so, but if Nate Diaz would have lost that fight, he wouldn't have got his rematch. I firmly believe Nate Diaz would have got that rematch. Yeah, had it been, you know what I mean? If McGregor would have won that, they would have said, "Oh, you gotta wait. You gotta do this." They would have made all kind of bullcrap excuses to not give Nate his rematch. But since Nate Diaz won the fight, they immediately gave McGregor a rematch, and it was like immediate. And then after McGregor won, there's been no answer. So I mean, it just did 1-1, and that's it. Really, UFC? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. That's why personally I believe Nate Diaz should get in there with McGregor. That's why, because he never got his rematch. I mean, he gave McGregor his rematch. Now it's McGregor's turn to give Nate his rematch. You see what I mean? Yeah. He should have been got his rematch a long time ago. He should have been got that a long time ago. But you know what I mean? we had talked about this too, man. Both of the Diaz boys, they're both in trouble outside. I know McGregor's gotten into some trouble, but both of them have gotten trouble outside of the ring, and it was in Texas. And in Texas, they don't play as much. McGregor got in trouble in other places that, you know, the laws are a little easier. You know what I'm saying? And you mentioned he's the golden boy, so McGregor gets a little bit of a kind of a walking pass where the other two guys don't. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And, you know, life's like that. So, you know, I can't say too much about that. You know, I don't want to get too much into that because that could get some people really upset. But it's the honest truth, man. It's the honest truth. You know, as far as the golden boys, they get the free walking pass, and if you're not at that level, you're not going to get that walk. You know what I mean?
Yep, you're right.
Yeah, we have a fighter out here. I can't remember his name. He's a boxer. He goes to Vegas all the time, man. He don't always win, but he wins big pots. You know what I mean? And man, people clown him out here. He's from here, man. People put him down. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, this guy just went and he fought a battle. He lost. He took the food. Because he fought like some big championships. You know. And I know you know who he is if you hear the name. I'm just a little tired right now, but man, it's like 90% of the people you talk to out here like put him down first thing, dude. You know what I'm saying? That that he can't handle these fights and stuff. He's handling them. To me, if he's out there doing it, fighting, he's handling it. You know what I'm saying? He's doing what he needs to do. And he's coming back with, 40, 50 grand. I'd go fight for 40, 50 grand. Put me in the ring. You know what I mean? MMA, wrestling, boxing, kickboxing, whatever you want. You're going to pay me 50 grand. I'm going to go fight.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to keep it completely real to the absolute core right now. You put me, I'll go fight for $50. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think I'll fight for $50. I'll fight. No, that's a little reaching for me, but you know what I'm saying.
Man, let's go. Let's go.
So you got some more stuff about the UFC. Let's dig into that a little bit more.
Okay, I do got some more stuff. Speaking of that, first of all, I mean, I can discuss. McGregor, Diaz, I can discuss that all day, trust me. But, there's other topics and issues, that I want to reiterate on as well about the UFC. Okay, the thing is, Khabib Nurmagomedov, he's 27-0 right now, you know what I mean? So
that's a good record for the UFC, man, because it's not a lot of longevity in that sport.
You're right. It's not. It's really not. Oh, you know what? It says sign in to leave a message. Okay, I got to sign in. Excuse me 1 second, because I just read. Jasmine, what's up? Jasmine Flores, what's up? I see you. And I see the comment. I'm doing what you said. I'm saying what's up to everybody. Much love. People who leaving. Who's giving us some feedback in here. It's great. Now I'm learning to shout more. If you need some feedback in there, I'm definitely going to shout you out. I'm going to see your name. I'm going to put it out there. You know what I mean? You give love, I give it back. But anyway, you know what? I feel like I think you're right. You're right. Having 27-0 in the UFC, that's crazy, bro. For you know what I mean? Because that's because UFC, here's the thing. For those who's not familiar with it too much, let me explain a little bit about the UFC. UFC is like the NFL of MMA. You know what I mean? It's like you made it to the big leagues because there's been other fighting. You have Bellator. You know what I mean? You have the old original prize fighters. And the thing is, me personally, I'm a massive prize fighter fan, but you have to go search and look up prize fighters. And back in the prize fighting days, they didn't have weight classes. Yeah. You can be a big 7 foot tall, 300 pound under a giant gargantuan. You know what I mean? Or you can be like a little, let's say you can be as small as, I don't know, like a Floyd Mayweather or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? And they can go in there and fight each other. So that's how prize So UFC kind of just modernized it, and they kind of put more rules to the game. You know, that's how UFC did it. But Bellator, that's where the animals are at. Like all the animals, people trying to make names for themselves. Like Bellator is where the fighters are at. Now, if you make it to the big leagues, you're in the UFC now. I made it to the big leagues. Like, you know, you're there. You know, like the thing about it. Speaking about that, the fact that you know, Khabib is 27-0. That, you know, that says a lot, man. It really does, because again, it's like, again, I'm gonna break this down like I was originally gonna do. With like MMA, it's like you can be a boxer, wrestler, whatever it is that you specialize in, and that's what makes it so unique. Like, you know, if you're a boxer, you box other boxers. If you're a wrestler, you wrestle other wrestlers. If you're a kickboxer, you kickbox other kickboxers. But with MMA, whatever it is that you specialize in, like, for example, let's think of a massive famous boxer that everybody can think of, like Mike Tyson. You know, if it's just ludicrous, if it's me, I says, well, what you got to say about me? I mean, I didn't do anything wrong to anybody. Okay, Mike Tyson, right? Let's say you put Mike Tyson, in the ring with, let's say, Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Like, with them two, the only way they can meet up is in MMA. Like, because, you know, Mike is not about to go and wrestle in a WWE ring, and Hogan is not about to go box in a boxing ring. You know what I mean? So the way MMA is the way you can put both these together, and like, say for example, like Hogan, yeah, what you gonna do, brother? When I put my 46H white on and everything else, whatever, you know, he can talk all the trash, whatever. So, like, say you put them two could go at it, like, say, okay, they're boxing. I mean, you know, Tyson's trying to box Hogan, and Hogan just put Tyson in a full Nelson or something. You know what I mean? That's what's called MMA, is mixed martial arts. Whatever that you specialize in, you should go and use that to your advantage. So that's pretty much what MMA is about.
Yeah, definitely. There's a whole different breeder. While we're on that subject, I want to get into a disclaimer, guys. We're not promoting you to go out and fight anybody. You know, we were just talking about paying $50,000 or $50. A disclaimer: do not go out and fight a professional boxer, MMA fighter, UFC fighter. Do not go out and do that, because you can seriously be injured and seriously not be able to live a complete healthy life anymore. So this is a disclaimer saying that we weren't serious about what we were saying about fighting. So how do you feel about that, Zach?
I'm gonna say exactly how I feel about that. You know what? You actually spoke exactly how I feel for the most. I mean, you know, for the most part, because, you know, like, I'm speaking rhetorically, like metaphorically speaking, when I say I'll do for $50. That's just saying how hungry I am in terms of,
as far as,
you know,
fighting. Yeah, I understand.
Get money in general. You know what I mean? Just making money in general. You know, so, but like, say, I mean, I wouldn't actually, like, you're not about to smack me in a room with let's say, you're not about to smack me in a ring with, like, a Nick Diaz. Like, it's not happening, dude. You know what I mean? Not in real life. You know what I mean? Like, it's not happening, bro. Because Nick Diaz, I have good common sense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to, risk my physical health. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, you know, figuratively speaking, you know, I'm just saying, like, how when it comes to, you know, how much I want to make this money, and just, you know what I mean? If you're, I'm just that ambitious. That's just like my ambition. You saying how ambitious you are. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're not about to put me in a ring with a Nick Diaz. Like, not happening, bro. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, or like, you know, or like, let's say like a GSP, like a George St. Pierre or somebody. Like, you know, that dude is a monster too, man. Oh my gosh, so many fighters I can talk about, but yeah, I definitely don't condone, you know, you going to do that. Like, you know what? Oh, dude, you know what Vladbrad said? Vladbrad said, if you know, he'll fight a UFC fighter, so I'm going to go do it. No, bro.
Yeah,
chill.
That's why I brought that up, because we do have some listeners out there that'll be like, yeah, Ike Dog said he'd fight him for $50,000. So if Ike Dog could beat him up, Ike Diaz could beat him up, then I could do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said we got to put that disclaimer out there. Ike Dog cannot beat up Nick Diaz or any of those kind of fighters. So I just want to put that out there. Not saying that I'm not afraid to fight him. I'm just saying it's a disclaimer, so so we don't get nobody into any kind of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I want to add to that really quick. This same thing goes for all your favorite rappers. Whoever your favorite rappers is, they're not out there slanging yayo. They're not out there living that life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so everybody, don't let the rappers talking about what they're doing. Oh yeah, I'm out here slinging yayo, I'm living the life. I'm out here, I'm big pimping and this and that. Your favorite rappers aren't doing that. You know what I mean? First, I want to say this, and then you got your favorite rappers flossing money. Oh, look, this is my favorite rapper. Look at all the money he has. Let me, I gotta go get money like he's saying it. I'm gonna tell you guys this really quick. Speaking of your favorite rappers, they have what you call to get advances. So when you see all your favorite rappers that make the trash music, the ones that aren't the ones music is completely atrocious. I'm not talking about old school rap. I'm talking about all these bunch of these new school trash rappers.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm talking about. So when you see them flossing all this money, this is what it is. They get advances on that money. You know what I mean? Like, say, for example, they get a record deal, and the record label tell them, okay, I'm going to give you this much money for your album and everything else, and you got to pay us back when you come with album sales. Have you guys noticed? Here's one thing to prove my point. You ever notice when a rapper comes out, he gets all kind of publicity and everything else, and then you don't hear nothing from him, he just vanishes out of thin air?
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you why.
Happens all the time.
Exactly. My point exactly. That's simply because their album flops. No one buys their music. So the fact that album flops, the record label drops them, and you don't hear anything else from them. Like, they had so much money, they were flossing, they were doing this, they were doing that. It's because they didn't make the record label invest that money into them. And the thing about it is, the label didn't get their money back.
That's what.
Yeah, they owe all that money back. Exactly. So don't listen to your favorite rappers talking about they out there slanging yayo, and they throwing money all in videos, because that's actually not their money. That's the record label money that they advanced to them so they can make their money back. You see what I mean? Like, they invested in these rappers and they didn't get their monies back.
Yeah.
So now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a couple more people in the chat saying hi to you. So if you could write in the chat, that'd be cool, dude.
Okay, definitely. Let me see if I can.
One of our regulars, Bill's in the chat right now, and then another station that stops by, they're in the chat right now.
Oh, awesome! So, yeah. That's awesome, you guys.
It's really easy. Remember, I told you all you got to do is hit Facebook, and you're in, dude. And you can write, and you can make sure to put the like on there too. You know what I'm saying?
You got it, man. You know what?
We try to do it so we don't lose any of our commenters. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You know what I'm gonna do right now is what I'm doing now is I'm going to it, and I'm going to I'm gonna, it says sign in to leave a message. So okay, I'm gonna leave a message. It's telling me to sign in. So bam, sign in.
Yeah,
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you don't have to put none of your information in, dude. You just have to hit Facebook. That's all you gotta do, dude.
That's exactly what I did.
And what it tell you?
I'm actually
should be able to, once you do that, you should be able to type and get right in, dude, with no problems, man.
You know what? I'm about to put that test right now. I'm about to put that to the test right now.
Yeah, it's real.
Right now. Let's see what happens. Oh, it worked, bro. I'm in.
There you go. See what I mean?
I'm in, man. I'm in.
You got people saying what's up to you. Bill wanted to know who you are, so I left that open for you to say hi to him. He was like, "Who is the guest?" Bill's a cool dude. He supports all our podcasts, he supports our group and stuff. He's a cool guy, man.
Okay, awesome. I'm replying to people. This is pretty sick. This is pretty sick, dude. I mean, you know, I don't know if you could. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can see, but I'm definitely replying to people. I'm in the chat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool, man. If you could be in the chat, dude, that'd be awesome, bro. Like, Like, see, I do music on Saturday, so I don't get a lot of people in the chat, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I just want to say, speak to a few people. Jasmine, what's up? I just see she said, what's up? How you doing, Jasmine? What's up, girl? You're pretty as ever. Let me get who else? AWO Radio, what's up? I appreciate that. Steven, what's up, bro? He just said what's up. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, I'm in the chat, and it's going down in the chat, man. It's going down.
Yeah, well, sometimes we get like, well, if you would have checked out Chain last night, she had like 50 people in the chat, man. That's what our goal is.
Big.
To start getting a lot of people in the chat like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So you just gotta kind of invite people before you do your podcast, and they come. Trust me, they come by the boatloads. You know what I mean? Once you invite them, like tonight was an impromptu because we had, like I said, it's usually a music night, so I don't get a lot of people in the chat. You know.
You got it, yeah, man. You got it. So. And Steve, I gotta say what's up to Steve again, man. I mean, Steve he's one of the best dudes ever, man. I mean, Steve is I can't even describe how awesome he is, man. I mean,
yeah, he works hard for us, dude.
Oh my gosh, man! I have to just reiterate and say that again.
Did I send you that video of me and him? His wife makes videos of us when we're cornering around and stuff, goofing around, dude.
Oh, you know what? You got to send me that link. You got to let me scope off that link.
Yeah, I'll send a video of me and him because we're kind of goofy. We get kind of goofy, dog. Like, it gets kind of funny, dude. Me and him. We're pretty funny when we're together, dog. Like, we get our business done, we get our work done, but we like to goof around a lot. She calls us big kids, his wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely. I want to answer. I have no doubt. I want to answer a question from Bill Williams. First, I want to say, Bill Williams, what's up, bro? Appreciate you being in the chat. This is Vladbrad, full effect. Yeah, you know what? No music tonight, Bill. You know what I mean? But we're just kind of just talking, just so everybody get to know me. And again, I appreciate you being in the chat, Bill. I mean, it's pretty sick that you're here. Pretty awesome that you're here. So yeah, man. Just not tonight, but the music is going to be in effect again real soon. And I'm going to do some features. I'm going to do some features with some more podcasters, and then after I knock down some features, then I'll be get my podcast going. I'm learning the ropes and everything else. This is pretty sick, dude.
Yeah, Bill's a cool dude, man. Shout out to Bill. Like I said,
shout out to Bill, man.
He supports us on all the stuff we do, man. So make sure you always say what's up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like if you look in our group, if you look in Kblp Llc, man, he's like one of the main dudes that keep the group going. You know what I'm saying? Okay, awesome. That sounds real good, man. I love to hear it. But yeah, basically, back to the subject matter. Yeah, dude. In terms of. Yeah, definitely. Do not go looking for a fight with any UFC fighters, and also like I was telling you, don't go dealing with your favorite rappers claiming to do in terms of I'm just hoping that I could give you guys an understanding of how it works with that the record label, how they give them advances. And how they got to pay that money back. 360 deal, man. That's what it's really called.
A 360 deal. Exactly.
See, I can get deal. When it comes to the music business, man, I can get real deep into it, but it's like a separate podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because I've had a 360 deal. I've had a major record deal. I had a distribution deal. I've had it all, dude. You know what I'm saying? So I know how all that stuff works, dog. So like I wrote the book on the music game. I wrote a book called Power to Play the Rap Game, dog.
Oh, wow. I got to scope that out.
Yeah.
Definitely got to scope it out.
Yeah, so, I'm revising it now because the music business grows every day, dude. Like, something changes in the music business every day, dude. So, I'm putting some more stuff into it, you know what I'm saying? So, shit, we've been trying to talk about you this podcast, and we've been talking about me the whole podcast. Bud, what's up with that?
Oh, you know what? Because we happen to, you know, now we was hitting on subject matter. It just so happened you were well versed in, and it just, you know what I mean? It just kind of just went your direction because we were, talking about, because we were about us fighting the UFC fighters, and we have to clarify the fact that we're not going to actually fight those dudes. We're not idiots.
Yeah.
We just kind of, you know what I mean? So it just kind of led to that direction and everything else, and that's where it went. And then I brought up the whole situation about the music with the rappers, and that's how I just kind of went to because you're experiencing that. So that just happened to go in that direction. But yeah, bro, I see what you mean. But I do have some more subject matter I got to discuss.
Yeah. What I want to get into real quick is though we were talking pre-podcast about UFC to WWE. We were talking about Brock Lesnar. About his contract thing, so let's bring that up real quick, and then we'll mention a couple old school WWE guys and a couple new school WWE guys. So we'll kind of cross over from the UFC to the WWE because you told me Brock Lesnar is going to fight in which one now?
He's the thing is he had to relinquish his title, his WWE title, because in order first of all his contract, from what I understand. He's contracted with WWE and the UFC, but if he comes back to the UFC, he's supposed to be fighting Daniel Cormier, and that'd be a crazy fight. But he had to really, Brock Lesnar was he was the WWE's Universal Champion, for a long time, for a really long time. But he just lost not too long ago to Roman Reigns. He had to drop the belt in order to go, finish out his contractual obligations to the UFC, so he's trying to capture the UFC heavyweight title. In order for him to do that, he has to beat Daniel Cormier. Now, that's a whole nother... That fight would be crazy. That would be a crazy fight. For him to fight Daniel Cormier, so that's what he's supposed to do now. Oh, before I continue this, I want to say this really quick. There's a WWE guy who's from Colorado, dude. He's a massive.
I know one of the guys was from one of the leagues out here got invited to Florida for the what was it in August 14th because my son got a letter too to go out there to try out.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. I just want to say, Bobby Lashley, who's in the WWE, he's from Colorado. He's from Denver. He's from I believe Denver, Colorado Springs. I believe he's from Colorado Springs, Colorado. I believe. He's definitely from Colorado. I just wanted to throw that in there. He's definitely from there without a doubt.
Yeah, Colorado is about 2 hours away from where I'm at.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister lives in Colorado Springs, my little sister.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, Colorado Springs is pretty nice, dude. It's pretty nice, dude. All those south towns like Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Trinidad, and San Luis Valley, Alamosa, all those places are really nice, man, to live, dude. They're pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what we're saying here, do you think that Brock Lesnar is going to pass the drug test? That's what my main concern is, because I already know he failed one steroid test. Is he going to fail another one?
You know what? Here's the thing about that. And see, I'm about to get down to the underlayer. You know what I mean? I'm about to dig deep in the UFC, and I'm answering that question. Here's the thing. Brock Lesnar, just like Conor McGregor, Brock Lesnar's another golden boy. He's a UFC golden boy, believe it or not. And I'm going to tell you why, because Lesnar fought Mark Hunt, and he was dirty as ever. You know what I mean? Like, he fought Mark Hunt, and he destroyed Mark Hunt, and he was full-fledged, geared up, steroid geared up. And so, in terms of him passing it, that's yet to be. You know what? That's a hard question for me to answer. See, Brock Lesnar, he's an insane athlete. I mean, he is an insane athlete. However, the drugs can give you a massive enhancement on your athleticism. it's been proven. Steroids has been proven that they enhance your ability.
You see the size of his head compared to the size of his head 4 years ago?
Yeah, man.
That's what the steroids, they enlarge the front of your head, man. You know, it's scientific fact, dude, and his head is huge, man. So, yeah. And that's when you're on them. That's when you're on the drug, man. So, that's why I said, you know, is he going to pass the test if it's like that right now? Because once you come down off those, you start losing mass immediately. You know what I mean? And
yeah, exactly, man.
And you could tell when they're still on them because that head is just bubbled up, man. And I know you know what I'm talking about. Look at him 4 years ago and then look at him today, and you'll see the difference in that head, man. That head is humongous, dude.
Yeah, it is. You know what it reminds me of? I'm going to tell you exactly what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Bane. You know Bane is, right, from a Batman series?
Not for sure, but I'm not into like
Okay, well, that's cool. I mean, okay, Bane is like this. Okay, Batman, he has massive villains that he fights. He fights the Joker, Poison Ivy, and etc. And Bane is just one of the Mad Hatter. Bane is just another one of the numerous villains that he fights. So Bane, okay, I'm gonna tell you about Bane. Right, Bane, like he's this. Okay, he's kind of relatively normal size, but then he this stuff that sucks into his brain. It's like it's equivalent of steroids. So he in an instant he goes from like a normal sized dude to this gigantic, massively Hulk smash kind of imposing, threatening figure. And the only thing he talks about is I will break you. I am Bane and I will break you. Like that's how he talks. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, that's the equivalent to, I would say, with Brock Lesnar. Like, you know, I mean anybody that's on that stuff really. But the fact that you say Brock Lesnar specifically, yeah, bro. That's the effect that it has on you. Like you getting Bane mode. You know what I mean? You getting like it's this green ooze that pumps in Bane's head that makes him just massively huge and just Hulk-like. You know what I mean? So that's the same effect that it has on Brock Lesnar. That's kind
of scary though, dog. Like, look, like if I were to run into him and I saw that head look like that, I'd be like, ooh, jeez, I ain't messing with this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah.
Because now that we know from the research, now that we know what steroids do to people, like the appearance, we know who's on them and who's not. You know what I mean? And you know,
exactly,
know the WWE, they don't test for steroids, man. You know what I mean? They test for once every 5 years. So you know, this whole time that he was back in WWE, you know what he was doing.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of that, I'm gonna bring this up. Speaking of WWE in the steroid. The wellness policy plan. I'm gonna talk about that. Here's the thing. You know what? They don't test like they should. You know what I mean? Because it's starting to affect them. Like I mean, you heard of Chris Benoit?
Yeah, Chris Benoit. Yeah, that's a sad story.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that. I gotta. Yeah, go ahead. That's a whole nother podcast. But go ahead.
It is a whole nother. Okay, it is a whole nother podcast. I agree, but I just want to say this about him. You know, he was on steroids tough, man, and when they analyzed on the autopsy and everything else, it showed massive steroid abuse, man. You know what I mean? And it affected his brain.
Yeah.
You know, and Benoit was a talented wrestler. I mean, he was amazing in the ring. I mean, what else can I say? But you know, he definitely the steroid use, man. It was a huge contributor in terms of what happened, you know, in that situation. I'm not going to go into details about what happened. I mean, I'm not going to say exactly, but if you do your research or go Google it, I mean, for those who don't know, you can just, you know, look it up and find it on your own, man. But, you know, that's what that steroid use does, man. It affects the brain along with the body. You know, the negative effects outweigh the positives, to be honest. You know what I mean? So
very true, man. I wouldn't mess with that stuff.
No, me neither.
When I was in school, man, I was wrestling, and they didn't have a guy to fight the biggest guy. You know what I'm saying? This guy was huge, and he had told me months before that he had already been using steroids. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we did a pre-wrestling match. I did pretty good. I wasn't gonna beat this guy. This guy was huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And So, you know, I felt like I fought him pretty good, fair and square, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And when it came down to the fight in front of the whole school, he was on steroids, man.
Wow.
And I got my butt kicked, dog. And there was really nothing I could do about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
But this was years ago, dude, you know. And I'm not embarrassed of losing, dude. I'm not embarrassed. I fought my butt off. I tried my best. I wasn't the one that was cheating, and everybody knew he was cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because he went around telling everybody that he was on these things. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way it went, dude. And I lost, and I take it like a man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no
you
doubt,
got anything
man.
you want to wrap up about the UFC real quick? And then I'm going to name just some old school wrestlers that I used to like, that I grew up on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking for, we could definitely, yeah, bro. I just want to say this really quick, too, before I forget my thought. I just want to say one thing on that. We said, I remember when I first found out about steroids when I was like a kid, and I was watching this, this guy giving he was like this big, gigantic, I think he competed in Olympia, one of them, and he was telling people how to work out. He's like, if you're watching this, you're trying to get big, aren't you? And he was like, first you got to believe in yourself, you got to hit the weights, and you got to get your roids. And I was like, what are roids? You know what I mean? That's when I first found out about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? But, yeah, but like you were saying about with the, the wrestlers, the W wrestlers, okay, yeah, we want to name a few, man. I'm pretty well versed in that, man. I mean, I've been, you know, my family, you know, always went to you know, the WrestleManias and the different Survivor Series and everything else. So yeah, dude, I'm, you know, so it's just like I couldn't help but to grow up around it and know about it. So yeah, and I'm glad you bring that up. I'm glad you bring it up because, you know, I will, you know, I want to compare some of the old wrestlers to the new wrestlers. So, you know, in terms of, let's say, okay, it's a different era. You know, back then wrestlers actually wrestled in terms of they were, and they were, you know, entertained to watch. You see what I mean?
So how about we do it like this? How about we go? I'll name 5 old school wrestlers, and you name 5 wrestlers that you think would be a good matchup with them. How's that
Let's
sound?
do it. Let's get it.
First, we'll go with the Golden Boy, Hogan. Hulk Hogan. He used to be my favorite wrestler of all time. He still is.
Okay.
So who would he match up with now?
You know what? Okay, we're talking prime Hogan, right? We're not talking today's Hogan.
No, we're talking WrestleMania 3.
Ooh, you know what?
Who would be a good matchup for him? We know it's my dang chair's making all kinds of noise. We know it's scripted, but it is real for the most part.
Yeah, they're really doing stunts. Like those are real stunts they're doing. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So give me somebody he'd match up with right now that you feel like I'm
gonna tell you. I would put Hogan right now, and I would say and the person about the name, I think it would be a good match for a prime Hogan. But understand, Hogan, his arms was massive when in his prime. He had massive, huge arms. But if I would say somebody to match up with Hogan, I was narrowing it down to 2 people. And that's between Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. So, but if I had to edge it out, the fact that Braun Strowman is a young animal and he's like hungry, I would love to see Braun Strowman versus that Hogan. You know, the back of the Hogan.
That's a good one. Michelle's in the chat. You want to give her a shout out? And
you better believe it. In fact,
if you could give her type it in so she knows. Hi, Michelle. She's probably at work right now, so she's probably just tuning in real quick.
Michelle, you guys got to excuse me. You know, I'm doing it from my phone, so I gotta go scope off the chats.
Hey, so, Michelle, if you're listening, Zach's gonna be on sports with Denise Harris on Monday, so it's gonna be pretty cool. He's gonna fill in for that, so I'm really happy, really excited about that.
Oh, Michelle, what's up? Oh my gosh, I've just seen this. Hey, Michelle, you're gorgeous. Good. I appreciate the. Hi back to you.
Yeah, we all try to tell each other hi right away. You know what I'm saying? Every time we get in the chat, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay, that's what's up, man. That's
just like I said, I can't see it, so I check it every few minutes. Like I said, when you get started with the new mixer, you'll be able to see the chat, so it'll be easier for you to communicate with everybody. So we went with that. We went with him, and my next one will be Rowdy Piper. Who would match up with him now?
Okay, Roddy Piper. I'm going to tell you exactly who will match up with Piper. I would have to give that to Bobby Roode.
What's his name?
His name is Bobby Roode. I gotta give
Bobby Roode. I'm gonna write that down because I don't know who that is. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Look him up. I would say he's.
Is he Ravishing Rick Rude's son? Is he related to him?
No, he's not related to him. His name is, he's not Ravishing Rick Rude's son. Even though Ravishing Rick Rude's son did induct him into the Hall of Fame, and Ravishing Rick Rude has a son and a daughter. But now Bobby Roode is in no relation to Ravishing Rick Rude. And I'm curious how he got the name Rude, to be honest. But Bobby Roode he's a talented wrestler in terms of the wrestling style. Okay. His style will match up really good with Roddy Piper. That's why I do legit because they have the same frame, the same build. You know what I mean? And that'll be a good matchup. That'll be a really good matchup. I would like to see that. That's something I would like to see.
Once again, you're live with Kblp Llc with Ike Diaz and Zach Morrison, Vladbrad, the world of Vladbrad, coming to Kblp Llc soon. I'm so excited about it. Let's finish up these wrestlers real quick, though. So my third one, I'm kind of going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My third one, this guy is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but he never really got the spotlight, is Tatanka.
Wow. Yeah, bro. Yeah, Tatanka was, you know what? I'm going to say this. I had a Tatanka t-shirt when I was a kid, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I had a Tatanka t-shirt. I mean, when he would come there, his music, like when he would come out and he would run around the ring with the feather and everything. Dude, yeah, dude, Tatanka was
And you know, he was go back and watch. He was basically the security guard every time like a skirmish broke out. He was one of the ones that came out to break up the fights. Just go back and look at some of that old video. It's always Tatanka, dude.
Wow.
Yeah. So who
I gotta go scope that out.
Who do you match him up with?
I'm gonna tell you exactly who I'll match him. Well, excuse me, I can't say exactly. There's so many I can choose from, but I'm gonna narrow it down. I'm gonna say if I have to narrow it down, I'm gonna say Cesaro.
Cesaro.
I'm gonna say his name is Cesaro. Cesaro, because the thing about Tatanka, like you said, Tatanka was he had a variety of skill set, that he was underrated. Like you said, he was very underrated. I think that he didn't get the recognition that he deserved. Tatanka, you know what I mean? So, and the reason why I'm matching him up with Cesaro, because Cesaro is in that same, he's in that same boat when it comes to not getting the recognition, he deserves. Tatanka was strong, in terms of like pound for pound. Tatanka was strong, like
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I would say Cesaro, because Cesaro had that same kind of strength, pound for pound and body weight, and they're both underrated wrestlers. Cesaro's a wrestler who should have been a WWE champion. Tatanka should have been WWE champion. You know what I mean? So both these wrestlers.
I think he held the Intercontinental Championship, didn't he?
He did have the Intercontinental Championship. He did. Tatanka had the Intercontinental Championship, just like Cesaro had an Intercontinental gold as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why this will be a good matchup, because two underrated wrestlers who had an extraordinary amount of talent, who did get recognized. It'll be good to see them two go head up. That'd be a good fight.
Okay, so I got two more, but I'm going to give a shout out to one, which I don't really believe that he is the one that just passed away. Was really not him, the Ultimate Warrior. But we don't have to match him up with nobody, because we know they never let him lose to anybody, really. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Ultimate Warrior was a beast, and I honestly, dude, back in the 90s, from what I understand, is the real Ultimate Warrior passed. You know what I'm saying? And this could be a Mandela effect. This could be anything. But the one and listening to his interviews back then and listening to him now, it's two different people, dude. So
yeah, exactly.
But there's a lot of rumors going around about that. I know they had the Dingo Warrior, who was not even close to what the Ultimate Warrior was. But I'm gonna go on to my second 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm on 2, and this one is one of my favorites of all time. Jake the Snake Roberts.
Wow.
So I'm throwing some good ones at you. We should have did 10 of them, dude.
We can, if you want. You can do 10 if you want. I'm game.
We're already over that hour we talked about.
Oh, we did. You're right. We're over it. You're right.
I told you we'll go on for like 3 or 4 hours, dude.
You did say that, dude. You did say that, dude. You sure did.
Watch when you do your podcast next week. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna do 2.5 hours." Before you know it, it'll be 4 hours. I bet you any money.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I definitely don't. After today, after tonight, I don't doubt it. Let me see, Jake the Snake Roberts. I remember, you know what? When he would pull the snake out the bag, that would be. I would love that, man. That was very entertaining to watch. The thing is, I got to throw a few names out.
And he did the DDT, man. So
Yeah, he's the father of it.
Dude, the DDT is the best finish, but it's not even a finish no more because people do double DDTs and all kinds of stuff. But so who you got?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what I have, dude. Because again, their fighting styles, based on their in-ring ability, and this is why I'm matching these two up. Because first, I gotta say this, okay, this person I'm about to name, he emulated a lot of quite a few of Jake the Snake's moves. So that's why. So this person I'm about to bring up, this is basically the teacher versus the student in terms of when it comes to moves and emulating and everything else. I gotta say Triple H.
Really?
I would like to see a prime Triple H.
I actually think they fought before, man. To be honest, I'm not for sure, but I think they fought when Triple H was playing a European. When he was like a European, remember back in the days he was a European like king or something like that. You know what I mean?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so I think they had already had a match, to be honest with you, man. I'm not for sure, but...
Yeah, but I'm saying like a prime. Jake in his prime.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, yeah, he's one of my favorites of all time, man. He's one of... So there's your pick on that. So I'm going to go one more... and this one, and he did the DDT too. And this guy is one I wouldn't want to fight if I ran into him. And I heard a lot of reports saying he's really not a bad dude outside the ring. He really can't fight, but inside the ring, he was a great worker. And Arn Anderson, man.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? Arn Anderson. First, I'm surprised. Now that you mentioned, Arn Anderson. From what I understand, he was one of the Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, dude, I'm surprised to bring up Ric Flair along with that. You know what I mean? But Arn Anderson, he was the enforcer.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the enforcer of the Four Horsemen. So that's a tough one, dude. Because you know what? Here's that and I'm talking prime. I'm talking prime Arn Anderson. You know what I mean? He's still tough even now. You know what I mean? But see, to match him up to his fighting style, man. He was I would have to say. Again, so many names are popping in my head when you mention him. You know what I mean? But I'm narrowing it down to ability, and I think somebody who can hang with him in terms of, you know, stamina-wise, is somebody who just, you know, Arn Anderson, he had some technician skill about him, but and he was a bad boy. So, and we're talking
people feared him, man, in the WWE.
They feared him.
Yeah, they feared him, you know. Back then, well, yeah, because he went from WWF to WCW back to WWE. So it was a long haul for him, but I think he was I think he's in the Hall of Fame now, right? He got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's definitely in the Hall of Fame for sure.
He deserves it.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna name somebody who you probably heard of, and I want to see them both in their primes go head up. And this match is for wrestling purposes, along as entertainment. This match it'll be an entertaining match in my eyes to see. And I would like to see Arn Anderson with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, that would be a battle, dude. Actually, Stone Cold said that he looked up to Arn Anderson, and Arn Anderson was one of the guys that helped train Steve Austin. Did you know that?
He is. Yeah, you're right. That's when he was stunning Steve Austin.
Yeah. He said Arn Anderson was one of his trainers, man. That's pretty crazy. No, I've been watching. I've been watching. You know, because they're like 10-minute little interviews. I've been watching some of the old interviews and stuff because I can't watch this new wrestling stuff. It's just not getting to me. You know what I mean? But I remember as a kid how much fun it used to be. So we're gonna go to a quick break. I'm gonna play some non-copyrighted music. YouTube, Speaker, iHeart. They're on us because of the copyright stuff. I'm gonna play some music real quick. We're gonna get a couple minute break. We're gonna come back and finish it out with the big question of the night, and we'll see how you feel about it. And you already know how I feel about it, but we're gonna be right back. Kblp Llc, Ike Diaz with Zach Morrison, Vladbrad, the world of Vladbrad. Go ahead and say it yourself. How you say it?
Mad Vladbrad.
Mad Vladbrad. I'm getting there. Don't worry, I'll get it, man. I'll get it. So,
you getting there, dude. You getting it.
Kblp Llc, Ike Diaz, Zach Morrison. We'll be right back, guys. Kblp Llc. Check us out on iHeart, Speaker, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, with the best podcasters in the business: Denise Harris, Chris Stevens, Michelle Auger, Ike Diaz, Desiree Pickett, Anissa Nicole, Cecilia Flores, Lolita Diaz. Sponsored by TBs303.com. We are also looking for new podcasters. Inbox any of our podcasters or me, Ike Diaz, directly on Facebook, and someone will get back with you ASAP.
legend, Mr. Ike Dog. We from the city of the smoke, but we don't calm. We steady rolling slow and something classic just to show off. Ooh, when it's cold like Olaf. All you other rappers act hard, but we know you so soft. When you try to get some sleep and you doze off, we hit the streets and we go mob. You can see the flames coming from the exhaust, bringing something different to the game. We under the city lights and we're switching in the lanes. You're still on your kitty bike, man, you're such a lame. You remain the same while we go against the grain. That's where we increase the speed limit. Mobbing in that horsepower, someone like seed. This it, man, you're such a gimmick. And me, you try to mimic. While I'm rocking mighty town pitted, I'm so ambitious. Why won't I put the key in the ignition? Rolling over the competition with my driven vision. Cloud for control of my path, I'm moving gripping. This is an addiction. Why you can't pass emissions? Cause you say in same position by blowing the transmission with the missing in you shifting. The way I make the competition disappear, I should be a magician. Going against I-Dog and man, which chopper was a bad decision.
You're listening to The Jam with Ike Dog. You're listening to The Jam with Ike Dog.
Kblp Llc. Check us out on iHeart, Speaker, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, with the best podcasters in the business: Denise Harris, Chris Stevens, Michelle Auger, Ike Diaz, Desiree Pickett, Anissa Nicole, Cecilia Flores, Lolita Diaz. Sponsored by TBs303.com. We are also looking for new podcasters. Inbox any of our podcasters or me, Ike Diaz, directly on Facebook, and someone will get back with you ASAP.
You're listening to The Jam with Ike Dog. You're listening to The Jam with Ike Dog.
You're back with Kblp Llc. The Jam is usually on Saturday nights. We're not doing any music tonight because we're introducing our new podcaster, Vladbrad, Zach Morrison. Say it for us one more time. Hold on. Go ahead. I had you on speaker still. Go ahead.
Okay, here goes. Right. Matt, Vlad. Check me out. Check out my YouTube channel, The World of Vladbrad. Appreciate it if you guys stop by and give me a holler. Be cool, really cool.
Yeah, and that's so awesome, man. That's cool, dude. I'm glad you're part of the team now, man. Make sure after we get done, we gotta hit. Well, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you after. Like, I might not be able to do it till tomorrow morning, but we gotta promote it, man. You gotta get in all those groups, man. That's how them numbers go up. You know what I'm saying? But we'll talk more about that. Doubt. Because we need to get these numbers gotta go up. You know what I mean? So, but we're doing good. We're doing good as these numbers. You know what I'm saying? We got some good listeners. So we're gonna get into our last question of the evening, the morning. So
let's get it.
We talked about it pre-podcast. I have my feelings on it. I've done my research on it. I know for a fact how it went down. But I want to know, how do you feel about the fake moon landings? I didn't even say the moon landings. I just said the fake moon landings.
Yeah, I mean, you put it in my perspective completely. See, okay, here's the thing, right? And this is where common sense come into play even more. You know, and it's not to be fed what you're told. Don't be bottle fed what you're told, because you know that's how most people are. Like, you know, they'll say, "Oh, you know what? A Martian just landed." Oh, you hear about that Martian landing? Yeah, me too. Oh my God, me too. Everybody too. You too. You know what I mean? So you just can't believe what everybody has. You know, you got to do your own research. And I researched it. It's just like ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, landed on the moon, really? And you're right. We talked about it pre-podcast, and you know, if we can't get to the moon. And with all this technology we have today, all the technology and enhancements and everything else we have today, we can't get to the moon, but we got to the moon back then. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. You know, so that right there let you know how fraudulent that is. I mean, government, I'm sorry, I don't want you coming after me now. Okay, he knows too much. We got to take him out. You know what I mean?
I know. But
yeah, dude, you know what I mean?
It's the government even knows, everybody knows that we've never been to the moon. To me, the moon is illuminated. It's not a rock. So you can't land on something that's not a rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my key points to this, that the moon is illuminated. So as we move on further, if you look at now that all these videos are out about the moon, you could see all the discrepancies in all the problems they had. And then getting past the Van Allen belts, we can't get past lower Earth orbit. And from 1969 to 1972, they say we went to the moon, we landed on the moon. That was way before you and I were born. And most people didn't even watch it on TV. They were still listening to the radio. You know what I mean? So they were just getting a description of what was happening. You know what I mean? The people were a little bit more wild. Yeah, they got to see it, but they were probably part of the elites, and they were probably to spread. They were able to spread the word a little more. But just like you were saying earlier, like, did you see that alien? It's kind of like the story. Did you see that alien? And then before you know it, the next person, did you see them aliens? And did you see that fleet of aliens where there was 1 million aliens? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I think that's kind of what happened here. You know what I mean? And there's still people that literally fight and say that we went to the moon. And I mean, I've seen arguments about this stuff. You know what I mean? That people went to the moon. We've never had the technology to go to the moon. And, you know, Elon Musk is going to be a fall guy, man. They're already attacking him, you know, because he's saying he wants to go to Saturn, I think, or something. And they're already attacking him for something he got into. You know, NASA pays him. You know what I mean? And
they do.
What was it, 2 or 3 nights ago? They had a launch where they were going to send this thing out to where aliens could take pictures of it or something. That thing wasn't a launch. Okay. That was something to do with the chemtrails. You know what I mean? If you look at it was demonic, man. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was something to do with the chemtrails. Like they had to launch something into the sky, and they're using Elon Musk as a fall guy. Like I said, he's already in trouble. They got him for $40 million, and they made him step down from Tulsa. Did you know that he's not the president no more? Just in the last
I didn't know
week,
that.
they broke him down. You know what I mean? But this was already scheduled, so they went ahead with it. So no, I don't think we've been to the moon. I don't think anybody's been to the moon. In my opinion, I think the moon is 30 to 50,000 miles away. Where do you stand on that?
I couldn't agree more. You know, I feel as though that you know, this is what I want to say about that too. I'm glad you asked me this. You know, even if you brung, okay, Ike, Big Ike dog, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna tell you this. Even if for the naysayers, I mean, for those who actually believe in that, like, say you can bring irrefutable evidence to these people. You know what I mean? And some people will still refute you. They'll still stand by, even though you just bring the truth to their face. Some people just like blind that they don't want to admit being wrong. You know what I mean? Like they want to believe in this rhetoric so bad that even if you bring it to them and you show them facts, they still, you know, some people still would like, you know, won't accept the truth.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop something on you, and you're gonna remember this forever. People would rather keep believing a lie than admit they've been lied to.
That's deep.
That's gonna go into your brain, dude, and you're gonna think about that every day for the rest of your life. People would rather keep being lied to than admit they've been lied to. And that's what we're having here, dude, is a lot of people they don't want to. They want to believe that we went to the moon. You know what I mean? And NASA's basically told us we can't get to the moon. You know what I mean? We've never been to the moon, dude.
Wow.
And I call it fake space. You know what I mean? It's not real. We're in a closed environment, dude. I know it seems like it's open, but we're in a closed environment because the firmament. We talked about the firmament, and there's a lot to it. We'll get more into detail. We'll do a podcast just on that because we could talk for hours. I mean, I got people that have come on as guests. I got so many people that have come on as guests and talk with us. If you're into it, you know what I mean? Because this is something I really like to talk about. You know what I mean? I like to talk about.
Let's go.
You know, it's like. We're basically we know we're being lied to. We know about the chemtrails, which still people call them contrails, and Harvard came out and said they are chemtrails. Harvard came out with Solar Shield 2017 and said they're putting aluminum, strontium, and barium into the sky, and they're releasing it over the public to fight global warming. Well, global warming is a farce. Global warming is not real. And they're using that as an excuse to put those chemicals into the sky. So basically, that all that stuff is going into our bodies. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
yes, it is.
So it's deep. It gets deep, man. It gets real deep. So once again, I wanna announce that Zach Morrison, Vladbrad, will be on Monday with sports. He's gonna do as many podcasts as he can. Michelle, if you'd like to get him on a guest, she does like 3 podcasts. She does Planet BOB. She does Wednesday morning Hump Day, and she does ECTO. So maybe you could fill in on one of those shows, and then Denise does like 5 podcasts.
Good.
So maybe you could fill in on her show. Chris does just like mostly a music show, so you probably wouldn't be able to get in on that one. You know what I mean? But
no doubt.
Try to check out the shows. Oh, Lolita might be able to get you on her show. She does her shows on Thursday, and maybe you guys could go in and do a podcast together. She does like the new hip hop stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Sounds real good.
So Zach's a part of the team now, Kblp Llc. Thank you, all our listeners. I really do appreciate it, and it's been an awesome night. Make sure, real quick, drop your Facebook, drop your Twitter, drop your YouTube, drop everything real quick so everybody knows where to get a hold of you, how to get a hold of you, and you can also reach them at Kblp Llc, and we'll get the message to them right away. So go ahead and drop that real quick before we go.
Okay, you got it. You definitely, just like I said, you can reach me here for sure. And also, you can reach me, on my channel, The World of Vladbrad, YouTube. Scope me out there. What else? You can scope me out on Facebook, Zach Morrison. And you can also scope me out on Instagram. You know what? My Instagram hasn't been up that long, but it's, I'm definitely, Zach Morrison on Instagram as well. Scope me out there. I got to get my Twitter game. I need to step up my Twitter game. So I don't have a Twitter yet, but I will have one soon. So yeah, that's pretty much. Again, thank all you guys for listening, for spending time with me, and scoping out the station.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. We had a really good podcast, man. We got into a little conversations that could be really big conversations, and we will. We just have to when we do it, we have to say, well, we're going to do the moon landing, and then that'll take us 3 or 4 hours, or we're going to do WWE, the UFC, you know what I mean? That'll take us 3 or 4. So we just got into them just a little bit, just to get everybody to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So let me shut this down. Kblp Llc, Ike Diaz, Vladbrad, Zach Morrison. We go live on Kblp Llc. Make sure you check out all our podcasts all week. Today is Saturday night. Jeez. AHS will be tomorrow with Denise Harris. Monday you could catch football with Denise Harris and Zach. Tuesday and Wednesday there's podcasts going, and I know Thursday we have Chained Denise Harris and Lolita's Jams. We have 3 podcasts at night. And Friday we have Chris Stevens with the Freaks in the Basement. And also right before that we have Denise Harris with Hollywood Review. And then we have ECTO on Saturdays. That's with Michelle Auger. And then every other Monday we have Planet B.O.B. with Michelle Auger, and she also does What the Fudge, and that comes on Monday through Friday about 4 o'clock. So make sure you check that out. When she likes to come on and rant, it's pretty cool, like news stories that come out, so things that come up. So it's a pretty cool podcast she does. So make sure you check it out. Kblp Llc. Check out the list of podcasts. Go to our show page and you can check out all the episodes that we have. We have, right now we have almost 1,000 podcasts on the air, on speaker.com, and on YouTube we have almost 10,000. So it's pretty cool, and we're about to add Zach Morrison to that. He's about to, get his podcast up. So before you know it, you're gonna be having your 100th anniversary. It's my 100th podcast already. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Kblp Llc in full effect. It's blazing. All of it you just named, you named everybody. All the podcasts you just named all have talent, man. I scoped out a little of everything, and I enjoy all of it. I'm honored to be on the team of these talented podcasters.
Yeah,
Kblp Llc is blazing, man. It's blazing, dude.
Yeah, we're coming up. We came a long way, man. We put in a lot of work, man. You'd be shocked. We're on 2 years, man, and we put a lot of work in, man. And I'm happy. I'm happy for all the podcasters, our core group, because we got a really good core group, and adding you to our core group is gonna be fun, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be exciting. Man. So let me close this out, and then I'll talk to you real quick after, and then gotta go to bed, get ready for the Broncos, man.
You got it.
Hold on just a second. Let me close this out real quick. Everybody have a good night. Kblp Llc. Check us out all the time, 24/7.